What we have here is a monopoly graph, and we are going to use it to determine where our total revenue and profit maximizing point and price are. The skills are very similar to what we did in perfect competition. The difference is these have monopolies have downward sloping curves. In perfect competition, marginal revenue, demand, average revenue, and price were the same. But here, because monopolies are price makers, not price takers, they have downward sloping curves. So that's the difference. You can see that marginal revenue and demand are separated. Okay, so we're going to use these to answer the 4 questions. What is the profit maximization quantity? What's the profit maximization price? What points make up total revenue? The hardest question I believe on here is, where's the revenue max quantity? Okay. All right. So what I suggest you do is turn off the video or pause the video and attempt to answer the 4 questions. Feel free to use your textbook and then run the video again and I'll reveal the answers. Okay. To answer the first question, what's our profit max quantity? We always find where MR equals MC. So that skill has not changed at all. And that would be at point B. Okay, but it asked me, what is my profit maximizing quantity? So from this point, I would follow it down, right? Because this is the bottom's always going to be my quantity. So my answer here would be 2. So if you answer that, great job. Okay, so next, what's my profit maximizing price? Well, if this was perfect competition, I would simply, from point B, follow it over and say P1. However, that is not the correct answer. This is a monopoly. So what I need to do is from point B, I need to follow it all the way up to demand, which is my price line. From there, now I need to follow it all the way over. So my answer for number 2 would be P4. If you got that, awesome, awesome job. Okay, so next is, what's my total revenue? Well, I actually have it there already, okay? Because remember, total revenue is price times quantity. So my price is P4, my quantity is 2. So the 4 points that make up my total revenue are P4, D, 2, and 0. So if you were able to pick out those 4 points, awesome, awesome job. Now, I'm going to give you a bonus real quick before we get to question number 4. I could have asked you, could you figure out where the area of profit is? And of course, you guys could do that if you needed to, right? All you would do is from price, you would follow it down to that ATC curve. So I would be going down this line right here until it hit right my ATC curve. And then I would follow it over. So this area in here would be what we call our profit. I didn't ask you that over to the right. I did ask you, what is the revenue max quantity? And I said, this is probably the hardest one of the 4. And if you guys answered that it was at 4, you were awesome. You got that right. Okay, so let me explain why the heck it would be 4. Okay, I'm going to go to my next slide here. And whoops, just need to bring this down just a little. Okay, there's a relationship with marginal revenue and total revenue. And I know your book explains it. Seems a little bit long-winded of what the book says. Okay, so what I want you to do is I've drawn the relationship here. And I know I got to move this up and down a little bit just for you to see. But what you should be able to see here is marginal revenue, okay, is marginal revenue is going down, right where it is. As marginal revenue is going down, our total revenue continues to increase. So that's an important concept for you guys to understand, the relationship with this, okay? Once marginal revenue equals 0, okay, so once it equals 0, now we start to see our total revenue decline. Okay. Look at really what this says is if we drop price in a monopoly, if you drop price, you can sell more items, which makes complete and perfect sense if you think about our supply and demand lesson.